we have discussed. And after the basics in discussing about Excel or manage runtime errors. If you want to manage or handle runtime errors, then exceptions are middle and exceptions are used even if runtime error occurs. Even if runtime error occurs, the application execution is completed. Application execution is completed successfully. Okay, so runtime errors occur or if invalid input is given, if data is wrong, or if any memory related issues are there, then runtime errors will occur. So to handle the runtime errors, use here we can then statements again. Here we can use any number of exceptions, and finally we can use others also. Like others means whatever exceptions you have mentioned. Like if any other error occurs, then others is going to handle. Others can handle any runtime error. Others can manage any runtime error occurs in PLSQL program. So here some predefined exceptions are listed here. No data found, too many rows, zero divide, invalid cursor, cursor already open, invalid number, all these are there. So we'll see the examples here. Creating unnamed block using no data found exception here. So we are going to create the program without any name. Now we are creating unnamed blocks only. They are not saved in the with the name in the saved in the hard disk. Unnamed blocks are saved in temporary memory. So when we say clear screen, they are deleted. So we'll see how to create unnamed block using no data found exception here. So now creating the block. So here I'll say declare at the rate. So here I'll say TNO, and here I'll use the number of 5 is given. And next one is TNA varchar 2 of 15. And ename is given. Once again, TNO number of 5. TNA varchar 2 of 15. TSAL number of 5 is given. So these are the variables. Then here I'll say begin. Select EMPNO, ename, salary into so TNO, TNM, TSAL. We can use column level attributes and row level attributes also we can use. So you can see EMPNO, ENM, SAL into TNO, TNAME, TSAL from EMP. Then where employee number equal to ampersand EMP NO is given. So here we'll give employee number here. So here I am not using exception. Without exception, we'll see what is going to happen. First, we'll see that. Okay. So here I'll say DBMS underscore output underscore line. Then here I'll say TNO pipe symbol space TNAME. Then TSAL is given. So here I am using end is given. So here I am giving employee number. If I give the number which is already there, it will show the result. It will give the values here. So here you can see 7782 is there. So I will give the number which is there. 7782 I am giving. 7782. So here it is not giving the result here because we have to write a set server output on. Set server output on. Now say this 7782. 7782 is given. So here you can see 7782 Clark, like this it is given. If I give the number which is not existing, no data found means given value is not existing. So here I'll say 9000. So 9000 is not there. When 9000 is not there, it is going to show error. It is giving runtime error. It is saying error at line 1, no data found, it is giving. Whatever number I am giving, it is saying that the number does not exist. The number is not existing. So here we will not see the effect here because in PLSQL, in SQL editor, you will get message like this. But when we use this program in Java application, then when runtime error occurs, that application will suddenly stop in the middle when runtime error occurs. We can see more effect in Java applications. Here we can see message, error message. But when we are using the program in Java application, what will happen is the application will suddenly stop in the middle. Then again you have to run the application. So in applications, even if runtime error occurs, it should run successfully. Whenever error occurs, if it is stopping means, so it is not correct. Okay. So here we have to write code to handle this error. Now I'll write the code to handle this error. So here I'll say ed. Then here begin DBMS, all this is there. When no data found. When no data found, then here I'll use DBMS underscore output dot put underscore line. Here I'll say EMPNO not found. Employee number not found. Like this we are giving. Okay. So like this will give here. When no data found. If the given employee number is not existing, then it will show the message here. So here I am giving employee number which is not existing. I am running this program here. So here I'll say 9,000 I am giving. This number is not existing. So here one line is exception we have to write here when no data found. So I'm giving 9,000. So here you can see employee number not found. So before it is showing like this, if a number is not existing, before it is showing like this. Here, error at line 1, no data found, error at line 6, like this it is giving. It is showing where exactly the error is. But now here we are giving like this. So here you can see enter employee number not found. In at line error, error number 6, line number 6 error is there. But we are managing that error, we are handling that error. So this is the error. See, this is the error here. Without using exception, it is giving like this. Employee number, error at line 1, no data found, error at line 6. So here it is not showing message. Procedure completed successfully. Because when error is there, the execution is not finished successfully. Okay. But when I use exception in the program, when I've used exception in the program, then you can see here. It is giving error message and it is showing procedure completed, successfully completed. So before what happened when exception is not used, when error occurs, the execution is stopped in the middle. And it is showing that there is error at sixth line. Okay. If when error occurs, runtime error occurs, the execution is stopped in the middle. Okay, when I've used exception, what happened here? At line number 6, error is there. Even if runtime error is there, the procedure successfully completed, execution is completed. Even if runtime error occurs, we are able to execute the procedure, the program successfully. Like this, it will work. Now, if the same program is used in Java application, even if runtime error occurs also, the program will finish successfully. It won't stop in the middle. If you are not using exception, then if runtime error occurs, it will stop in the middle. It will say error at line number 6 or 7, something it will give. But now it is finished successfully. Okay. Write this program. Create unnamed block using no data found exception. ఇక్కడ ఎక్సెప్షన్స్ యూస్ చేయకపోతే రన్ టైమ్ ఎర్రర్ వచ్చింది అనుకోండి, రన్ టైమ్ ఎర్రర్ వస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, ప్రోగ్రామ్ మధ్యలో ఆగిపోతుంది. ఓకే, అదే ఎక్సెప్షన్ యూస్ చేస్తే ప్రోగ్రామ్ మధ్యలో ఆగదు, రన్ టైమ్ ఎర్రర్ వచ్చినా సక్సెస్ఫుల్ గా కంప్లీట్ అవుతుంది. If runtime error occurs, the program will interrupt, stop suddenly in the middle. But when you are using exceptions, the execution of the program is completed successfully. Now we are discussing about exceptions in Oracle. In PLSQL, we are discussing about exceptions. So this whatever blocks we are creating, whatever programs we are writing now, they are named or unnamed blocks. So they are unnamed blocks. They are unnamed. So if it is named block, then it will have a name, procedure name, function name, then trigger name, packages names we are using. And these blocks, we are not, these blocks are not saved in hard disk. These are not saved in a file. See, for example, if you write Java program is saved in a file. Like what is the extension? .java. Then class file is created. I think we'll get class file. Okay, then you will get output. Okay, so here this program is not saved in a file or it is not saved in the hard disk, these programs. So now I am asking one question. Can I use this unnamed block in Java? Can I use this unnamed block in Java? Yes or no? We cannot use. If this is having a file name, then I can use it. So in Java, we can use procedures. That is named block. We can use functions. We can use triggers. We can use packages. Named blocks can be used because they are having names. With the names, we can access. Okay, so you may be having doubt. If we are unable to use in Java application, then why I am teaching this? See, now I am telling you about declaring variables, then writing the statements, then using exceptions. These exceptions again I'll use in procedures. That procedure I'll use in Java applications. These are to learn concepts. In Java applications, you may not use unnamed blocks. You will use named blocks only. But these exceptions again I'll use it in procedures. Then you will be knowing easily like how these exceptions will work. Okay. Without telling all these, I can tell you in the procedures, but it may not be clear. You may not understand what are exceptions, like what are the predefined exceptions, how they will work. If I tell exceptions, then after that, if I tell how they will work in procedures, then it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, so this is unnamed block. It is very clear. Okay, and here I am using what table I am using in this program? What is the table I am using in the program? EMP table. Can I use any other tables? Yes or no? We can use. I am using EMP table because I like EMP table. Because it is having 8 columns and 14 rows. When you try these examples, don't do on EMP table. For my convenience, I am using. You may create tables like this, no? You create these blocks, programs on your table, on your own table, like EMP info or EMP list, all these. See, in the beginning, I said no subqueries, joins, programs, I will use EMP table only, sample table. But when you practice, when you do these programs, do on your tables, your own tables. Don't use EMP table. Here EMP table is having 8 columns. Now I am taking only 3 columns here. EMP NO, ename, salary I am taking. From EMP table I am taking 3 columns. Can I take job? Listen to me. Can I take job? Yes or no? I can take all the 8 columns from the EMP table. If I take 8 columns, it will be very big statement. That's why I'm taking important 3 columns. EMP, NO, ename, salary. When you practice, don't take the same columns. Take some other columns like a job or department number. So why I'm giving 3 variables here? Why I'm giving 3 variables here? Why I'm giving 3 variables here? Because here I am giving 3 columns. Because here I am giving 3 columns. So that's why I am giving 3 variables here to store values of 3 columns. Okay. And here from EMP. where employee number equal to ampersand EMPNO. Can I use ampersand A? Yes or no? So it will ask enter value for employee number, enter value for A. You will give that value, it will go to employee number. Okay. Now here, employee number is there no here. Can I get the values using name? Can I get the values using name? Yes or no? Can I get the values using the name? No. So here, where ename equal to, అంటే ఎంప్లాయీ నెంబర్ ఎందుకు తీసుకున్నాను? అసలు ఆ టేబుల్ ఈఎంపీ టేబుల్ అనేది మీరు ఫిక్స్డ్ అనుకుంటున్నారు. కొంతమంది ఫిక్స్డ్ అనుకున్నారు ఈఎంపీ టేబుల్ అంటే రియల్ టైమ్ అంటే కొంతమంది ఒకరు ఇద్దరు చెప్పారు కదా. అంటే ఇప్పుడు రియల్ టైంలో ఈఎంపీ టేబుల్ ఉండదండి. మీరు ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు, అక్కడ నాకు ఈఎంపీ టేబుల్ ఉంటేనే వర్క్ చేస్తానంటే ఏంటి, అక్కడ వేరే టేబుల్స్ ఉంటాయి మీ ప్రాజెక్ట్ లో. ఓకే. సో ename here I'll say ampersand ename. Ampersand ename I'm giving here. So here I'll give split. So it will give the details. It will give the details. Okay. See, you are not understanding the basic things here. You are not understanding the basic things, students. Students. So here on ename you can check like this, where ename equal to single quotes ampersand ename. Based on number you can get the details. And in EMP table names are also unique. So, some may think like if duplicates are there, what to do is, if duplicates are there, you should not use name. But in EMP table, duplicates are not there. All the names are unique. All the names are unique. Okay. So using name also you can search. Can I search using salary? Yes or no? Answer is no. Salaries can be repeated, no? With the same salary, many employees will be there. Huh? ఏదండి? అది నెక్స్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో చెప్తాను. అది నెక్స్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్. టూ మెనీ రోస్. సేమ్ నేమ్ ఉంటే ఇక్కడ అవ్వదు. నేనేం చెప్పాను మీకు, ఇక్కడ ఈఎంపీ టేబుల్లో నేమ్స్ అన్ని డిఫరెంట్. నేమ్స్ అన్ని డిఫరెంట్, అందుకు ఇవ్వచ్చు మీరు. శాలరీస్ అన్ని సేమ్ కాదు కదా, డిఫరెంట్ కాదు, డిఫరెంట్ ఉన్నాయి. నెక్స్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అదే, మీకు క్లారిటీ వస్తుంది. నెక్స్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అదే. నాకు మీకు ఏ డౌట్ వస్తుందో ఆ డౌట్ నెక్స్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో ఉంటుంది మీకు. మీరు ఇప్పుడు డౌట్ అడుగుతారా, అది నెక్స్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో ఉంటుంది ఆ డౌట్. మేడం మీరు చెప్పండి, ఇక్కడ టిఎన్ఓ అని ఇచ్చాను కదా, టిఎన్ఓకి ఎక్స్ అని ఇవ్వచ్చా? I want to store employee number. Listen, boys, girls, I want to store employee number. Madam, you, I think you are getting sleep. If next make a question. Okay. Madam, ఇక్కడ ఎక్స్ అని ఇవ్వచ్చా నేను? అంటే ఇక్కడ ఎంప్లాయీ నెంబర్ స్టోర్ చేసుకోవాలి నేను, అక్కడ ఎక్స్ అని ఇవ్వచ్చా? ఎక్స్ అని ఇవ్వచ్చు, ఎంప్లాయీ నెంబర్ స్టోర్ చేసుకోవడానికి. ఓకే. నెక్స్ట్ మేడం, లాస్ట్ మేడం మీరే, ఎంప్లాయీ నేమ్ స్టోర్ చేసుకోవడానికి నేను వై అని ఇవ్వచ్చా? మేడం ఇవ్వచ్చా? ఆగండి, ఇవ్వచ్చా? వై అని ఇవ్వచ్చు. నెక్స్ట్ జెడ్ అని ఇస్తున్నాను శాలరీకి, ఇవ్వచ్చా లేదా? వీ క్యాన్ గివ్. సో ఇక్కడ మీరు చేంజ్ చేయాలి, ఇక్కడ సెలెక్ట్ ఇంటూ X, Y and Z. So where ename equal to ampersand ename. This based on name we can do searching. So here X. Z. So here it is asking value for ename. For ename I am giving values here. So here name I am giving here, ln is there. So it is giving the result. Like this we can do changes. Like this we can do the changes here. Okay. So now this is the program here. This is the program. మేడం ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎక్కడ సేవ్ అవుతుంది? ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాశాను కదా, ఆ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎక్కడ సేవ్ అవుతుంది? నాకు చెప్పనియండి. ఇది ఎక్కడ సేవ్ అవుతుంది మేడం? ఇది ఫైల్లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది. ఫైల్లో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది కదా. ఎక్కడ? సి డ్రైవా, డి డ్రైవా? నా ల్యాప్టాప్ లోనా, మీ ల్యాప్టాప్ లోనా? ఎక్కడ? ఎక్కడ? ఏంటి మేడం? సర్లేండి, ఓకే ఓకే కానీ మేడం మీరు చెప్పండి, ఇది ఎక్కడ సేవ్ అవుతుంది? సేవ్ కాదా? ఓకే ఓకే. ఇప్పుడు క్లియర్ స్క్రీన్ కొడతాను మేడం. ఇక్కడ నేను క్లియర్ స్క్రీన్ అని కొడతాను. క్లియర్ స్క్రీన్ అని కొట్టాను. ఏమైంది? స్క్రీన్ క్లియర్ అయింది. ఓకేనా? ఇప్పుడు నేను ఈడని కొట్టాను అనుకోండి, ఏమొస్తుంది? ప్రోగ్రామ్ వస్తుందా? Previous program. Okay. So here, if I'm using this here with clear screen, it is not working. And if I close this, if I close and if I open, so if I open, then we cannot access that file program because it is not having any name. If I want to open, there is no name for the program. If I say ed, nothing to save, nothing is there. Okay. So some clear screen means it should delete that file, but it is not clearing the buffer. In my laptop, that issue is there. Okay, you can try in your system. When you say clear screen, whatever is there in buffer is temporary memory, it should clear, but it is not doing it. So once if I close open editor, that program we cannot see there. So now we'll see another example. So first write note you write, then we'll see the next program. No data found exception, write this one. No underscore data underscore found exception. Manage runtime error. Manage runtime error. When the given employee number when the given employee number, EMPNO, when the given employee number, EMPNO, is not existing in the table, is not existing in the table. Is not existing in the table. Listen, see here I am giving employee number. I can give name also. If I give name, if it is not existing, then this will manage. I am giving employee number, but you can get the data using name also. If the employee number is not found, then it will show the message. If employee name is not found, it will show the message. In a note, I am saying that employee number. You can get the details using name also. You can get the details using some other column. The meaning of no data found is whatever number you have given, whatever input you have given, number or name or some other details, if they are not in the table, then it is going to show the message. Okay. Here I am saying employee number. So now we will see the next one. Creating unnamed block using too many rows exception. Using too many rows exception, we'll see this. This one, too many rows. So here I'll say declare T cell number of 5. Then here I'll say begin select a cell into T cell from EMP. Okay, this is the statement. Then here I'll say dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. Then here I'll say T cell, displaying T cell. Then here I'll say exception when too many rows. When too many rows, then dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. Here I'll say too many values. Then here I'll use end. So here it is giving procedure completed, it is giving here. Okay. So it is showing successfully completed. So here when we are working with this, set server output on. This is not given. That's why it is not showing any message. Now execute this. So it is showing too many values. This is the statement from the program, too many values. So here you can see the program here. Okay. Okay. So here select cell into T cell from EMP. In EMP table, how many records are there? In EMP table, how many records are there? 14 records. How many salaries are there? 14 salaries. Select cell into T cell means 14 salaries. In T cell, we are sending 14 salaries from EMP table. There is no where clause. If where clause is there, we can take one salary. But here we are not giving where clause. Select cell into T cell from EMP means we are taking 14 salaries and we are sending it to T cell. dbms put underscore line means it is not showing T cell here. When too many rows, then put underscore line, then too many values. Okay. So it is giving message like this. Now here I'll say then select asterisk from EMP cell into T cell from EMP where employee number equal to ampersand EMPNO. So if I give like this, we'll get only one salary. We'll get only one salary, then it will not throw any exception here. So exit. Now check this. So here I'll say 7788. It is giving salary 3000. when you try to store multiple values in one variable, like this. See, before also you're asking same, no? How many, like, to get multiple rows? To get multiple rows means here it is not possible. We have to use loop. You have to take records one by one. So we cannot store all the records in the table in one stroke. ఒకేసారి 5 రికార్డ్స్ ఒకేసారి 10 రికార్డ్స్ మన వేరియబుల్స్ లో పంపించలేము. You have to take the records one by one. Then we have to use loops. That we'll see in cursors. In cursor example, we'll see. Cursors chapter is there. There we'll see the how to store multiple records. This line we'll see there. Okay. Any doubts? Please ask. In doubts ఉంటే అడగండి, క్లారిఫై చేస్తాను. Right. Create unnamed block using too many rows exception. So if you want to show multiple records, you have to take record one by one and you have to display it. Then we have to use loops. While loop you can use. Today we have discussed many loops now. To get records, we can use while loop, we can use. That we'll discuss in cursors chapter. It is giving this message too many values because we are taking all the salaries of EFB table and we are storing in T salary. So that is not correct here because you have to store only one record. It is storing 14 salaries. Write a note. This exception will work. This exception will work when the variable contains multiple values. When the variable contains multiple values. Listen, here we'll see another program using invalid number. Invalid number exception is there. When you give invalid data, wrong data, then this is going to execute here. This is going to work. So we'll see this example. Invalid number is there. No? So this also I'm writing on EMP table only. Then here I'll say begin. Declare is not required because I'm not declaring variables. Begin. Insert into EMP value. Insert into EMP. EMP ename then salary. So if I want to give values only in few columns, we have to give the column names first. Table is having 8 columns, but I want to give values only in 3 columns. We have to mention the column names first, values. Then here employee number. So here 9,000 is given, employee number, then name. And here I am giving salary here. I am giving ABC as a salary. ABC means it is wrong. Salary means I have to give number. Then here I will say exception when invalid number. Then DBMS underscore output dot put underscore line. Only digits are allowed. See, it is giving message. Only digits are allowed. Why? Because his salary is wrong here. This is invalid. Now here I'll say ED, and if I give salary here. If I give salary without a single quotes, if I give here. So it is taking. You can see record in the table. Select asterisk from EMP. You can see employee number 9,000, Burma 12,000 salary. Right. Create unnamed block using invalid number exception. In this example, what is the mistake here? Salary. Instead of digits, we are giving ABC. So when I give ABC, then it is giving exception here. Note, note. This exception will work. This exception will work when invalid data is given. When invalid data is given. In the given example, salary is invalid. In the given example, salary is invalid. Here in the exception list, zero divide is there. Zero divide means if you divide any value with zero, then it throws exception. In any language, everywhere we'll know that. In any language, when exception is discussed, first one is zero divide. If you when you are giving a numerator and denominator, so denominator should not be zero. So we'll see that example now. This is very simple. We'll not use it on any table. Here I'll say declare. Here I'll say a number of 5. A number of 5 colon equal to so here I am giving A and B values here. I can declare variable C to store the result. So here I can declare variable C I can use. C number of 5 declaration. Then after this begin. Then inside this begin I'll say C colon equal to A by B is given. Division we are doing. Then here I'll say DBMS underscore output dot put underscore line. Then here I'll give value variable C I am giving. C is the variable. And here I'll say exception when zero divide. When zero divide then DBMS output dot put underscore line. B value cannot be zero. Or second value cannot be zero, we can write. And So here it will ask for values here. A and B values we can give. So here I am giving A value 10, B value 2 is given. You can divide the 10 with 2. So it is giving 5 as answer here. You can see 5 is answer here. 5. 5 is the answer. Now again, I'll say 10. So we cannot divide the 10 with 0. We know this. So here you can see B value cannot be 0. Means second value, denominator cannot be 0. This will not use it on table. Okay. But this will be very interesting. Two values giving two values. Right. This is another fourth example. So here the four examples have given. What is the first one? No data found. First example is no data found. You can write one there. Create unnamed block using no data found means first program. First program. Second program is too many rows. Second program is too many rows. Third program is invalid number. Fourth one is zero divide. Right. Write this enter value for A, value for B 0. If you give 0, then exception will work here. If you give some other value, it will show the result. But if you try to divide any value with 0, it throws exception. Okay, so these are the examples using exceptions. So exceptions are not completed. Again, we'll use these in procedures. So now we are doing all these with unnamed blocks. Named blocks means procedures are there. We'll use in procedures. Listen, so here you can see procedures, you can see here. Procedure, we can call it as stored procedure also. We can call it as stored procedure. Procedures, functions, triggers, all are called as subprograms. Subprograms means they are small programs used to perform the given task. So the main difference between procedure and function is procedure does not have return type and does not return value, whereas the function has a return type and the function returns value here. So here you can see a procedure can have DML commands, whereas function does not contain DML commands. When you are creating procedure, in procedure you can write select statement. In procedure, so here you can see the difference between procedures and functions. And here you can see procedure is pre-compiled and it is saved in the database. So when you are creating procedure, it is pre-compiled. Pre means before. It is pre-compiled and it is saved in the database. So when you are working with any program, when you write any program, the program is saved first. Then after that it is compiled, then it is executed. That is the procedure. First the program or file is saved. After the program or file is saved, it is compiled. After compilation, execution is done. But stored procedure works in procedure works in reverse order. It is pre-compiled. It is compiled first and it is saved in the database. It is compiled first. Pre means before. It is pre-compiled and it is saved in the database. So here, when it is compiled, then execution plan is prepared at the time of compilation and saved in the database. So here for procedure, execution plan is prepared. Execution plan means it contains how the procedure should run. How the procedure should, 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 how the procedure should. See here, for procedure execution plan is prepared. Execution plan means like how it should execute. So when you write a procedure with the select command or else with the insert, update, delete commands, then based on the statements in the procedure, then it may prepare different execution strategies. It may prepare different strategies, execution strategies. Like it may prepare 4 or 5 execution strategies for the stored procedure. 4 or 5 execution strategies. So out of all the execution strategies, the best one is called as execution plan. Okay. So execution plan is prepared at the time of compilation and then it gives the result quickly. Okay, students, what I am saying here is for stored procedure, execution plan is prepared at the time of compilation when it is saved in the database. Okay, execution plan means like when you write a procedure with different statements, then here it will check in how many different ways the procedure can run. Like let us say 4 or 5 different ways. They are called what? Execution strategies. అంటే ఒక్కొక్క స్ట్రాటజీ ఒక్కోలా రన్ అవుతుంది. అంటే మీరు ప్రొసీజర్ రాశారనుకోండి 4 or 5 స్ట్రాటజీస్ ప్రిపేర్ అవుతాయి. అంటే 4 or 5 డిఫరెంట్ వేస్ లో రన్ అవుతుంది. Out of 4 or 5 strategies which are prepared, the best strategy is called what? Execution plan. Okay, so it will check which strategy is very efficient, which works faster. Out of 4 or 5 strategies which are prepared, the best strategy is called as execution plan. See, for example, if you want to go to one particular place, let us say if you want to go to from Amirpet, if you want to go to Necklace Road. So I think you know Necklace Road, NTR Gardens, Durgam Cheru. Many places are there, beautiful places. You have to, you don't know Necklace Road, huh? NTR Gardens also. NTR Gardens okay. Tank Bund, you know, no? Okay. See, let us say you want to go to Charminar. I think all will go to Charminar. Those who visit Hyderabad, they will go to Charminar. But Charminar, మీరు ఇది కూడా మీరు వెళ్ళలేదంటే మీరు ఎలా నమ్మాలి ఇంకా అంటే మీకు సికింద్రాబాద్ రైల్వే స్టేషన్ ఇదినా ఇన్స్టిట్యూటేనా ఓకే ఇప్పుడు చార్మినార్ దగ్గర ఎవరు వెయిట్ చేయరు కదా అందుకే నక్లెస్ రోడ్ అన్నాను నేను ఓకే లెట్ us say you have to go to Necklace Road. Okay, because somebody is waiting for you there. Somebody is waiting at Necklace Road. So if you want to go to Necklace Road, many ways are there, no? From Amirpet, Hyderabad or Secunderabad. Like 4 or 5 ways will be there. Out of 4 or 5 ways, you will select shortest route. You will select the shortest route without any traffic jam. Because somebody is waiting for you there. If you are late, then she will go with some other person. So see in that case, time see in that case, out of 4 or 5 ways, you will choose the shortcut. Because within short time you have to reach there. Okay, here also for stored procedure 4 or 5 strategies are prepared. Out of 4 or 5 strategies, the efficient strategy is selected. That is called as execution plan. Okay. So when you compile the stored procedure, listen. See, when I'm talking, you should not speak. Artham cheskondi. See, when you are executing the stored procedure, it is compiled first and it is saved in the database. At the time of compilation, what is prepared? Execution plan. అంటే ఆ ప్రొసీజర్ ఎలా రన్ అవ్వాలో ప్లాన్ అంతా ప్రిపేర్ అయిపోయింది. ఆ ప్రొసీజర్ ఎలా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వాలో ప్లాన్ అంతా ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యి ఆ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ ప్లాన్ అనేది కూడా డేటాబేస్ లో సేవ్ అయి ఉంటుంది. So when you execute the stored procedure, when you execute the procedure, directly it is going to execute because it is already compiled. Execution plan is already there, like how it should execute. Based on the execution plan, it is going to work. Okay. So here with execution plan, the procedure will run fast. SQL commands works slow. Procedures works faster. SQL commands means they have to be compiled and they have to be executed. See, if I am giving the command here, so here I'll give SQL command, I'll give here. So here I'm giving this command, select as from EMP. So this is SQL command, students. Select as from EMP. This is SQL command. This is SQL command. So is it high level language or low level language? Is it low level or high level? Is it low level or high level? So it is a high level. Java is high level language. It is in English. Java is in English. You can read, write and understand. Java is high level language. SQL queries are SQL in English lo unda akkada. Select asterisk from EMP and English kada adi. English ante enti high level. English means high level. You can read, you can write, you can understand. SQL queries are high level. Java is meeranta high level. Low level means machine code. Low level means machine coding. Machine code means what? Native coding. Native code means zeros and ones. Machine code means only machine will understand. Machine coding. This high level is converted to low level. Then you will get the result. SQL queries are in English. They are compiled and they are executed. High level queries are converted to low level and then we will get the result. So in Java, what will happen? In Java, in first compilation, what will get? What will get? Bytecode, huh? Bytecode. Bytecode only, na? Middle level language, middle intermediate code. Okay. No issue. Okay. See, Java high level to middle level to low level compilation. Java to bytecode to native code or executable code. Okay. So here SQL commands works slow. Procedures works faster. That's why you will use procedures in Java projects. Why they will work faster? They are compiled. At the time of compilation, execution plan is prepared. Execution plan ఎలా ప్రిపేర్ అవుతుంది? మనం రాసిన ప్రొసీజర్ ఎన్ని డిఫరెంట్ వేస్ లో రన్ అవుతుందో చెక్ చేసుకుంటుంది. అంటే 4 ways, 5 ways, 6 ways చెక్ చేసుకుంటుంది. చెక్ చేసుకొని ఆ బెస్ట్ స్ట్రాటజీని సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటుంది. ఆ బెస్ట్ స్ట్రాటజీ ఏంటి? Execution plan. So execution plan is prepared and it is saved in the database. Okay. So when procedure is executed without compilation, it will execute and it will execute with execution plan which is already prepared. Adi alaga run avalo munde already decided ayindi akkada. అది ఎలా రన్ అవ్వాలి అనేది ముందే డిసైడ్ అయ్యి ఉంది. అలా రన్ అవుతుంది మీకు. Then it is going to execute fast. Okay. So here SQL commands works. SQL commands slow. High level. Why? Because it's pre-compilation, execution plan is prepared. All these will be there. And procedures does not have recompilation. ఒకసారి కంపైల్ అయితే మీకు ఎన్నిసార్లు అయినా రన్ అవుతుంది. ప్రతిసారి కంపైలేషన్ ఉండదు. Every time compilation will not be there. It is and it is excellent telling. Okay. And here, if you want to recompile some, for example, if you do some changes in the program, if you do changes in the program, you have to recompile. And here you can see procedures can be created on multiple tables and can perform multiple operations. Procedures will not create on one table. We can create on multiple tables and they can perform multiple operations. Multiple operations means you can write insert, update, delete commands on one table or you can write on multiple tables. Here multiple operations means insert command, executing insert command on one table, then update command on one table, delete command on one table, like that you can do. DML commands can be executed on one or different tables. DML commands. Here you can see. So in Java applications or projects websites, SQL commands or stored procedures can be used. Yes. When you are working on Java project. Students, when you are working on procedures uses backside. ఎక్స్క్యూట్ అవుతుంది అంతే అయిపోయింది. మీరు ప్రాజెక్ట్ జస్ట్ ఏమి చెప్పినంత ఈ నోట్స్ అంతా చూపిస్తారా చెప్తారా మీరు? ప్రొసీజర్స్ యూజ్ చేయండి, పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ బాగుంటుందని చెప్పాలి మీరు. ఇవన్నీ చెప్పక్కర్లేదు. ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ ప్లాన్, ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ స్ట్రాటజీస్ ఏం అక్కర్లేదు. జావా అప్లికేషన్ పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ బాగుండాలంటే ఏం యూజ్ చేయాలి? ప్రొసీజర్స్ యూజ్ చేయాలి. Okay, so I'm stopping now. Tomorrow I'll give definition for this, and tomorrow we'll see the syntaxes, and then I'll start examples. In short procedure, I'll give many examples. At least 10-15 examples I'll give. After that, functions, triggers, cursors, and packages. See, please be regular to the classes because these topics will take very less time. Okay. After that, when you, if you are absent for 3-4 days, and if you say I want to go to Oracle class, they will say Oracle is finished. So don't think 3-4 days. It will take many days. And just saying 3-4 days. It will take many classes. Okay.